Hi there everyone, it is currently the 9th of September 2011 and it's about 0630 Zulu for those of you worldwide watching this video update today on the Western Pacific, and we are looking at the remnants of our Tropical Depression 24W here, now located just east of Hong Kong. Hong Kong reporting winds out of the north right about now, about 30 knots. Currently no warnings in effect, but that is indicating to us that the system has passed it off towards the east now due to the counterclockwise circulation around it. It is heading off towards the northeast now, though, and bringing some heavy rain showers to the Ryukyu Islands, and also the threat of some severe thunderstorms actually down here. And specifically, you can see one of these higher cloud tops right here in the last several frames. Well, that's moving off towards the northeast, and if we look at radar imagery from the Japan Meteorological Agency, you can see some of these areas in red just southwest of Okinawa. Actually, Naha looks like it has some areas up here in the higher indicated of purples and reds here. That's indicating those severe thunderstorms possibly, and definitely strong thunderstorms out here across this entire banding rate in here, associated with the outflow and the remnants of that tropical depression out there to the west. And actually, let's pull up what the thunderstorm activity is looking like with this. And this is basically based on that radar imagery and just showing those higher cloud tops. And you see down right in here, well, there is that threat level 1 throughout this entire area. Not an extreme threat indicated by the radar here, but just noting that you still have the potential for a few lightning strikes out there across the Ryukyu Islands. As this low does continue to push towards the northeast, so this is going to gradually work its way up here towards Kyushu by tomorrow, and definitely by Thursday afternoon and into Friday. You're going to be seeing that upwards towards the Kanto Plain as well. So really that threat is up and down entire coast of Japan here over the next couple days as that remnants of that tropical depression pushes off this direction. And this is looking at the GFS model outlook. You see all this abundant amount of rain showers currently extending all the way from parts of Hainan here, extending all the way up towards the Ryukyu Islands, and that is bringing an exceptional high amount of rainfall in certain areas. Actually, over Hainan, saw one report of upwards of 200 millimeters occurring in the last 24 hours. So some pretty decent localized flooding rains out here. Good news, all this pressure system right in here is pulling all that moisture out of Thailand and away from that region where we have been seeing the flooding out there the last several months. But good news with this, it is going to pull all that moisture and that precipitation out of there and bring clearer and drier skies. And actually, if we go over the next couple of days here, you can see it clear up out there across Thailand as that low moves up here towards Japan. Now, another thing with this though, it did die off from a tropical depression earlier, and that was due to a high amount of vertical wind shear. And I want to pull up the 300 millibar heights and winds and just show you this real quick. Now this is showing where the jet stream is right now here at 06 Zulu on the 9th. You see all this right in here? Well, this is going to cause that high amount of vertical wind shear and also cause a little more convective activity with this low as it becomes a westerly low and a cold core low. It's actually going to develop up front due to this jet stream as it kind of knocks it over, kind of like you blowing out a candle. You kind of see the flame tip sideways. Well, this is what's happening here as this jet stream continues to push off here towards the east. A lot of these areas, especially towards the south, is going to cause a little more convectiveness in that westerly low now, as it was a warm core low and an easterly low earlier. And you see this jet stream continue to push off here towards the northeast. Well, that low is really going to get wrapped up in that and follow it off here past Japan. So just do want to mention that as well. Every time we talk about wind shear, I'm afraid that some people don't understand what's going on with it. Well, all this blue right in here definitely indicating those very strong westerly winds associated with the jet stream up here, and that's what we're kind of indicating when we talk about that difference in wind shears, and definitely with the westerly systems. And one more thing I do want to indicate, with this area of low pressure running off here towards the northeast, there is a potential for cold air to spill down in from the north as well, and this is showing the next 6-day outlook for the potential of snow here, specifically in the higher mountains along Honshu and definitely up towards Hokkaido as that cold air runs off of Siberia across the Sea of Japan, and it's going to produce an ocean effect type snow up here in Sapporo and Otaru, specifically up here along the west coast of Hokkaido. So something to mention here as well. Definitely getting into winter. I know Japan has already seen their first official day of winter according to the Japanese calendar out here, so that is just an indication of how the colder temperatures are going to be coming in, and we're definitely going to start seeing more snow up, especially towards the north. But looking out here towards the south though, as already noted, that low is pulling the drier air, or excuse me, pulling that moist air out of Thailand and definitely leaving drier conditions. But I do want to look down under Australia here, noting the monsoonal trough extending from Papua New Guinea out here towards the Solomon Islands. Well, it's getting a little more convective recently, and actually you can can see it all the way out here, extending all the way up towards Indonesia and parts of there, all the way down towards New Caledonia, where they're experiencing some rain right now. And this is where cyclone development is likely going to start taking place earlier than anywhere else. Actually, you can see another area popping up here off here towards the east parts of Fiji. You're going to get some rain showers out associated with that. And that is one thing I do want to mention, is that we're getting closer and closer to cyclone season, so we're definitely going to continue to keep you updated out here as these convective bands start to continue to develop along this monsoonal trough and brings that potential for cyclonic activity. But with that said, if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please post them in the comment box below. And as always, stay safe out there, everybody. Have a great day.